Happy birthday!
Grandma 90! Woo!
There's Michael and
You can't see
Colette.
anything.
Yeah, they can see us.
Oh.
Katie and Corey.
Happy birthday!
Welcome home, Corey.
Thank you.
Rachel
Happy
and
birthday,
Brian.
Bye,
Grandma.
Brian.
Birthday. There's Max.
Rachel.
Happy birthday!
Dinner too.
Max.
Oh, Max.
That is a
Mom.
very, very.
I gotta talk to you,
Echo.
Max.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
that doesn't
Grandma.
sound good.
Mute.
Oh,
I gotta give you some instructions
Oh, what's that?
about you going hiking. You be careful.
All right, well, I'll take that. That's good advice.
Where are you hiking, Max?
I don't know.
Okay.
Grandma should tell me.
Grandma, where's she hiking?
I told him to be careful when he goes hiking.
Well, where is he going, though?
Utah.
Well, where
Oh,
in
yeah,
Utah?
I forgot about that. I am. I'm going to Utah.
Oh, I hiked
Uh,
Zion. It was really nice.
That's my goal, too.
Yeah. Oh, you want to do Zion? Oh, yeah, it's worth it.
All right.
Then you're coming to Texas, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, I want you to come
Welcome
and hang out
home.
here for a while.
Very shirt.
Oh, what's going on, Grandma?
Nothing much. Just having a birthday party.
Oh, yeah?
okay, well, we're gonna do a little bit the story of Grandma's life.
We're going to talk about the story.
Yeah.
You can correct us.
Okay. I'm gonna start, and Mom can jump in whenever you need to.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Nancy and Carrie, if you go to
Hey,
the
girls, turn down.
it's horrible. One person has to mute.
The alarm's going off. Oh.
All right.
Okay.
Wait. Okay.
Oh, I did. I jumped off. Oh, no. Still on, because you're starting.
You never left with that microphone. Just touch the bottom of the screen.
I can see.
Carrie, we'll stand behind you and
You
talk.
come over here.
It's okay. No, Carrie, get in, and then we'll just stand behind you and talk. I just turned off.
No, that's not
All right. Well, we can tell the story of Grandma, and she'll correct us as we go. So Ruth Beatrice Stuker was born on August 24th, 1930, just outside of Harlem, Montana, but her birth certificate says Zurich. She was the fourth of 5 children. Her mother, Sophie Caroline, was 40 years old, and her father, John, was 50 years old when she was born. She has 3 older brothers and 1 younger
Correction.
sister.
My mother wasn't 40.
How old is she?
She was about, well, 38 or something.
39 and a half.
Yeah, okay, 49 and a half. She lived on the farm until her mother's death almost 5 years later, 2 months short of her 5th birthday. Over the next few years, she and her sister lived with different families, and she attended 1st grade in Harlem, where she met a cute boy named Berwin
In first grade.
in 1st grade.
Wow.
She eventually returned to the family farm and attended the one-room schoolhouse. She and her sister walked the 3 miles to school and back unless it was 30 below and they could take a horse. She skipped 3rd grade due to her high intelligence and stayed in the one-room schoolhouse through the 8th grade. They had recess every day, and she fondly remembers someone getting in trouble because they didn't turn from recess on time. The excuse was they were watching the chickens ice skate on the pond. Some days the teacher would put a pot on the stove that they used to heat the building, and everybody would contribute what they could to the pot so they could have soup for lunch. In order to attend high school in Harlem, Ruth had to get a job so she could pay her room and board in town. She had a roommate, Eva Jean, who became a lifelong friend. She studied shorthand and typing in high school and became a whiz of both. She graduated at 16 and began to work at the school. She continued to rent the room in town and enjoyed dating most of the boys in town.
Oh, yeah.
How many were there?
One day, Berwin drove up to her apartment with his friend. She and her girlfriend would ask if they'd just like to go for a drive. They thought it would be fun, so they jumped in the car, and soon they were outside of town. Since she had already kissed the other boy. She ended up kissing Berwin this time. True story.
How racy.
After that, they decided it would be okay to date. And she became engaged when she was 18. Berwin wanted to get, after a year and a half of dating, she became engaged at 18. He wanted to get married right away so he didn't have to court her in his car over another winter. They were married in Harlem. Here, I'm going to go for broke. Just 6 weeks after getting engaged.
6 weeks.
Wow.
3 weeks. Okay, 3 weeks.
So Burr was a much better kisser, huh?
Yeah, Berwin was the better kisser of the two guys. They honeymooned in Montana for 3 days.
No, a week.
A week, okay.
Didn't you get
Well,
food
no, we
poisoning?
got married on Sunday and we came home on Thursday. It was Thanksgiving Day.
3 days, like
Did
I
you get
said.
food poisoning?
Both of
She
us-
got food poisoning on the honeymoon because it was right before Thanksgiving and they made her eat bad turkey. They set up their home on Main Street in Harlem in a house they rented. Berwin and
Michael
Ruth
Eddy.
enjoyed married life and settled right in, but they had to start locking their door on Sunday mornings because her mother-in-law would just walk right in and ask them if they were ready to go to church. They decided to try potato farming for a year, but then Berwin was drafted into the Marines and they were stationed in North Carolina for 2 years. Upon their return, Berwin went to school. Blair.
Finished school.
Blair, take it away.
Nobody's seen Blair.
Blair.
Yeah, where's Blair?
Blair's right there. Blair's doing the next
I don't
part.
see him.
He's right there.
And he's gone.
Oh,
He got off? Rachel, is your-
Okay.
They're trying to figure it out.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. Going to college in Bozeman, and they lived in the married housing. And it looked like World War II barracks. It was real thin walls. And at night, it's possible that the blanket would freeze to the wall.
that's right. It's a bedspread.
And I was born there. That was the big event that happened while they were in Bozeman.
That was a Bozeman.
And that's the college years.
College years.
Oh yeah, she worked. She had a job at the Chevrolet garage as a bookkeeper. And Berwin got a job. At Texaco, and they moved to Casper, Wyoming. All right, who's doing Casper?
No, Blair, you got to do everything in Casper.
All right. Well, so first they went to live with Vivinetta, and she had a beauty parlor, and they didn't live there long. They went and got a place they rented by the railroad tracks.
What?
Uh,
I don't know anything about a railroad track.
yeah, what was the name of that? What was the name of that road or by the railroad tracks downtown?
Where's the name of the road? Where?
Where the house was?
Try good?
No. That was the second one.
After we lived, well, it was,
Lions Court?
no.
Um,
Jackson, I think, or something.
It wasn't Jackson, but it was something like that.
Stuff.
And then they had a brand new house built on Trygood. It was a real small house. I'm not sure how many bedrooms it had, maybe
Well,
2.
first we lived on Jungle.
And I remember when they built it, I was 3 years old, and we went there, and I talked to the plumber while he was doing the bathroom.
You've always
And
had
we stayed there a couple of years, and then moved to Sunburst, Montana, when I was about 4 or so. And we stayed there a year, and then that's where I learned to swim. And they had a swimming pool there, up there in the glaciers, and it wasn't heated. And they started swimming in like April, and it was like liquid ice. And we had a cat named, I forget the cat's name,
Halloween.
black cat.
Halloween.
Halloween.
And he would like to watch the hockey games since we were on the Canadian border up there, and he would sit there and watch the puck go back and forth across the TV.
And you
And
said he was in the dresser one time.
yep, and we lived in it was like the cookhouse for the refinery, and it was all like a big giant kitchen there or something where we lived. And then we moved back to Wyoming, and that's where they had the house built for Trygood. Or actually, I think they rented it out while we were in Sunburst, and then we moved back in when we came back. And then we stayed there. We lived right across the prairie. It was right across the street. So all you do is walk across the street and you're in the prairie. And it was right on the edge of town. And then we decided to move to Lion Court, which is a bigger house because we had so many kids. And it was right next to the school. And when I was in kindergarten, first day of school, she walked me outside and pointed to school and said, "There it is." So
There it
we had
is.
the Farrars were there, and I forget the name of the people across the street. There was a May Day. Did May baskets or something for all the kids, except we didn't give one to the oldest one because she thought she was too old, and she was extremely upset that she didn't get one. So, and we would go in the summertime. A lot of times we'd take a drive from Casper to Harlem. It was about 500 miles, and it would take a day to get there.
Can y'all turn
And
that
we would
off?
stop at Grass Range for hamburgers and milkshakes on the way.
Kit Kat Cafe.
No,
The
that
Kit
was in
Kat
Billings.
Cafe. Oh,
Oh,
no.
Billy, remember that?
And then when it was time to move to Texas, to Houston, Jimmy Snodgrass put an ad in the paper that says garage sale, and that there was a saddle there. And so that morning there was like 20 pickups out in front of the house, and they all wanted to see the saddle, but it was a big joke. There was no garage sale.
They gave us.
And
We used to play on the grass
that's
hills.
pretty much most of Casper.
No, what about the grass hills?
The grass hills were between the house and the Pine View grade school.
And we had the barrel.
We did have a barrel. I think it came from work.
No, it was
Yeah.
Dad's Marine Corps or something.
I think it came from work.
And Blair tortured us and put us in the barrel and made us hit our head as we rolled down the hill.
Yeah.
You
Yep,
sold
and
them in the
Terry
barrel?
broke
Yeah,
the
down the
red
hill.
pride.
Down the hill, and we would get hurt inside that barrel.
That's me back there, but why?
Yes, Larry showed us how to go down the laundry chute at the house to the basement.
Yeah, there was a laundry chute.
So Blair, what
Girls
year,
down the laundry chute?
what year did
I'm
we,
not sure. I don't remember doing that.
what year did we move to Texas?
67.
7. 67.
We did have an old pickup there for a while when we lived on Trigood. It was really old, and we didn't keep it for long. I don't know what happened to it.
No, we sold it when we moved somewhere. Sunburst?
Sunburst, probably.
Yeah.
We didn't have it long.
So Carrie will take over for when we move to Texas and New
Okay.
Jersey.
Right, and this is going to be an interview, so Grandma gets to talk. What year did you move to Texas?
67.
What did you think about moving to the big city?
Well, I liked it.
You were looking forward to
Sure.
moving to the big city? 67 with 4 little kids. Remember, how long were we in the motel before you found a house?
About 2 weeks, I think.
Just 2 weeks? Felt like
Yeah,
2
wasn't too
months.
long.
Yeah, it was a long time.
A couple weeks.
Was it an adjustment to move to the south after growing up in Montana?
Yeah, it was.
Did you get a southern drawl?
No, but we got air conditioning
In the car.
And in the car too.
in the car too.
What was your house like in Houston?
Was brick, and it was 4 bedrooms.
Nice ranch house.
Yeah,
And lived there how long?
2.5 years
And what about after 2.5 years in Houston, where did you move?
to New Jersey.
Wasn't there a possibility of moving to Port Arthur for a
Yeah,
while?
and we went over there and looked at the house and everything, and then they transferred us to New Jersey instead.
And what weren't all of your coworkers from Texaco wondering why you stopped talking about moving to Port Arthur?
I don't know.
I thought we went to Port Arthur, looked at houses, everyone thought you were being transferred to Port Arthur. Then it changed, but Dad couldn't say anything.
Yeah,
And there was lots of speculation about what was going on.
yep.
What
So-
did you think of the Northeast when you moved there?
I thought those people were terrible.
Yeah.
Remember
They still are.
how proud Dad was of saying he lived east of Philadelphia?
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, terrible. Come on.
I remember going in the store and you'd ask if they had something. They'd say, "If you don't see it, we don't have it."
Tell about the time that Grandpa Olaf and Grandma Pearl were visiting in New Jersey, and we decided to try bagels because everyone talked about bagels. What did Grandpa Olaf say?
Grandma said, I think they had bad luck with their bread.
Because we thought it would be like a donut. Yeah. And so let's see, how long did you live in New Jersey?
We live,
You lived in the one house. Got that street name.
yeah, till 72.
Cherry Hill.
Rydell Road.
Rydell Road. Yeah.
Oh.
Till 72.
Oh,
And then
I'll get mine.
Then you moved over to Cherry Hill East.
To Barclay, yeah.
to
Barclay
Barker
Farm.
Farms, and that was a nice house. Remember our first dog,
Yeah.
our only dog, who was named, everybody knows the name of the dog? Say it together.
Rufus.
Rufus.
That's scary.
Winner.
Yeah.
So that was quite a bit for a girl who grew up in the farm in a ranch in Montana, small town, to do all this moving around. Big cities, suburbs of Houston and New Jersey, east of Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah, and I couldn't, when we first moved there, it seemed like when we went into a store, there was always a family in there, some kind, or a man and wife. But anyway, everybody's always fighting with each other.
Oh, they were just
Is that New
verbal.
Jersey?
Yes.
Yes.
Lots of hand waving.
Italian love.
That's right. And then your kids became teenagers in New Jersey.
Yep.
That was as difficult as adjusting to living in New Jersey.
Yep.
Right.
Who's that?
Okay, Nancy, we're through New Jersey.
Okay, Gail's taking over with Texas
Where's
and
you coming in?
Florida.
Back to Texas.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so we're going back to Texas now?
Yes.
Flow right
All
up.
right, so we moved back to Texas, and we did that by telling Rufus we were going to the bank. He was pretty happy, got in the car, and then we drove to Delaware. The next day, Rufus didn't want to get in the car anymore. He'd had enough of that.
Oh, he went and stayed with Rhea for 2 or 3 days, 2 days or something before we picked him up in Delaware.
Both Rhea and Rufus loved it.
Oh, I'm sure he did. And then the whole way down to Texas, Rufus insisted on sitting in the middle of the back seat. He was not a happy dog. We stopped by Louisiana and saw the Dugas. That was pretty nice. And then we went back to Texas, but we had to stay in a hotel for almost a month, wasn't it?
No, couple weeks.
It seemed like a month. It was over by the airport or
3
something.
weeks instead of 4.
So then we got a house and there's no basements in Houston, so I missed that. But Mom called the upstairs room the basement. And the girl that lived there, they came back and she said, why'd they have to make my room the basement? And then I graduated Klein Forest High School after going there about 4 months. And I had a very easy schedule because, as it turns out, the schools in New Jersey make you take everything. So I had lots and lots of credits, much more than they needed. I think they only required like 22 credits to graduate high school here. So that was interesting. And then Dad was working downtown in Houston. And he carpooled, right, or something?
Well, he had a van pool.
He had the van pool. And what else was going on? We had the Cretlows next door. We had Fred the duck. He was a pretty good duck. And Rufus was still around, and he was friends with Fred. What else? We had a lot of crazy stuff going. We had a lot of relatives visit. Didn't all 3 aunts visit at one time, Helen and them?
Yeah, a bunch of them.
Bunch of them came to visit, and Truman came to visit, and I can't remember everybody, but a lot of people. Kent
Eleanor came.
Yeah. Oh, Jack and Eleanor, I had pictures of that. That was really cool. Oh, we got to go to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and we went to the Huntsville Prison Rodeo, which is, they finally did away with that, but that was pretty exciting. We saw Roseanne Cash there. What else about Houston, Mom?
What was it
How many years were you guys in Texas?
17
Second
years.
total between the 2 times?
Were there 19?
Well, the last time.
19 years between the 2.
Total. We said
We were
17 years.
Long time.
Oh,
We went back in 81. So,
81? Oh, wow.
yeah, so 81 we went back. That's when I graduated. And then, let's see what else. Carrie was there. Carrie was working at Houston Northwest Hospital. I was going through college. I could tell people that my mother baked her own bread, and they were very impressed. And we had air conditioning. And then you ended up going back to Florida, or what else about Texas? Oh, Dad retired. Dad retired in Texas.
Went to
I
Montana.
was in Texas, and Michael was in Texas.
Yep, and I remember this alarm keeps going off, and I don't know what to do. I remember Dad's retirement speech. He said, "Well, they say to retire when the kids and dog are gone, and the last kid's graduating high school, and the dog's not looking so good." And then they moved back to Florida.
Not back, we just moved to
First
Florida.
time.
Or moved to Florida, yeah. Nancy, you're gonna have to talk about them moving to Florida.
Mom will tell us about her life after she moved to Florida. What do you
I
want to,
will.
what do you summarize about this?
Well,
You started in Montana where it gets really cold and now you're in the tropics
yeah,
with banana trees in your courtyard.
yeah.
Banana spiders.
Moved over to Florida, and Michael and Katie were just little kids. Katie was even 3, yeah.
And used to bake cookies for the kids.
Yeah. And Michael would take them to school and sell them.
Yeah, Michael would sell his cookies at school so he could buy the school cookies with the money. Yes.
But I didn't catch on to that for a while.
Future enterpriser.
Enterpriser.
That's right. That's right.
Future enterpriser, like risky business. But you settled in and you lived in 4 different units here, and you played bridge and
Worked at the church.
worked at the
For
church.
how many years did you work at the Family History Center?
20 years.
20
20
years.
years.
Wow.
Wow.
That's awesome.
After retirement.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Yeah.
After Dad passed away. I didn't work till he was gone.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's when she started.
Yeah.
So, and here we are 20 years later, and
How many grandchildren do you have?
7 grandchildren.
20.
We're
No
hoping,
great-grandchildren.
Now,
No.
Oh, yeah. What's up with that?
we're hoping somebody's working on great grandchildren.
Yeah. I'm not. Okay.
Not me.
But anyway, well, Grandma was going to open a gift from, this one came, it's from Michael, Rachel, Max, and Katie.
Oh, nothing in there.
I'll keep going.
Surprise.
Yeah.
I love that thing.
It's a very nice bag.
Snakeskin bag.
Turn it over.
Like a
Kindle.
green rattlesnake.
It's a new Kindle, but it's called the Paperwhite version.
Oh,
And it's also waterproof, so you can cook with it if you really wanted to, and you can get.
Yeah, or
That's
she can go to the beach.
awesome.
Go
She
to
can
the
go to the beach or the pool. She can go to
Yeah,
the pool in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
here
can
you
set it on the counter, pour water
oh,
on
that's slim, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very slim. See, but we'll have to get a case for it. That's all.
She keeps the Kindle next to the kitchen sink, so that's
it.
perfect.
That's awesome. And it's
Oh,
waterproof.
isn't that nice?
Yeah, do you like that?
Yes, I do.
Because
Thank
the other
you.
Kindle's permanently broken.
It is?
Well, you told me it was.
Well, it stops all the time.
It is.
It is now.
Okay.
Facebook won't break
I
them.
saw Nancy step on it in the driveway.
Yeah. So now we're gonna have birthday cake and sing. We brought cheesecake home from the restaurant and sing to Grandma. The 9 double messed up there now. We couldn't fit the 9 and the 0.
Nancy just
Problem.
crushed the cake.
It's a massacre.
Okay. Here, you might have to hold it up to the
You got a
camera.
fork?
Yeah, we got a fork, but we figured everybody could sing happy birthday.
This is a Charlie Brown birthday cake.
Yeah. Okay, let's get it started.
La 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 la.
Okay, ready? Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
to
you.
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
dear
Grandpa. Happy birthday.
Blow it up. Yay! Woo! 911. Now we're going to come to the part of the party where people get to tell any funny sayings or stories about Grandma that they want to share.
Everybody's afraid.
Especially some of the in-laws. What did you think about Grandma? Brian, what did you think about Grandma when you first met her? Yikes. Me too. Yeah.
I met Grandma when Rachel ambushed me with a family housewarming party.
Oh yeah.
It was only the second time I'd ever seen Rachel in my whole life. And I had to sit down at the dining table and get interrogated about my family tree.
Yeah.
That's right. How about Corey? What did you think about Grandma when you first saw her, met her?
You have to pick on him, click on him.
I
honestly
remember
don't remember the first time I
the first time
met
Grandma
Grandma.
gave me a hug and picked him off the ground.
I don't know. I've been friends with Max for a long time, so
I probably knew you
I
before
think
you
I've
were
met-
Corey.
I think I met Grandma before Katie and I started dating.
Did you have cookies?
I'm sure.
Were you one of the coconuts, Corey?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Were you one of the coconuts?
Coconuts.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
Victoria Coconut.
I don't think so, no.
We don't think so.
Okay.
how about,
Chris,
how about Colette? What did she think when she met Grandma?
Perfect.
Yeah,
Right.
big piece of birthday pie. So 1 second.
Ambush.
I came to her house and I really loved the wallpaper in the bathroom, and I'm highly disappointed to hear that it's coming down.
Wait, Carrie,
I took a picture of it on my phone. I have a picture of it saved on my phone.
Oh my gosh.
It's really cute.
Yeah.
Updated.
I'm gonna take you to see the new bathroom. All done today, except for the counter. We're doing,
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wow.
that's like a shag bathroom.
pretty fancy, huh?
And there's a new clay toilet bowl ring too.
Yes,
Cheetah print?
I did the toilet bowl myself with Carrie more than once, so we got it right. Okay, here we go.
Okay, did we get everybody's impressions of Grandma?
I also really like the naked picture of Katie as a baby in the bathroom. That's another highlight of my first trip to that house.
Wait, didn't you see the one of Michael naked?
No, I've never seen Michael naked.
Oh, we do have a picture of Michael, I think, in the bathtub with Rachel naked.
Oh, yeah.
Katie's butt is more memorable.
Yeah,
And this is from a medical
Oh.
professional.
yes.
We have a butt of, we have a picture of all of our
We
butts.
do. I have a picture of
I
Michael
do.
in my house and Colette's butt.
I keep on meaning to frame it for the bathroom.
For your butts, yes. Michael, Colette, Katie, and Corey. Katie, did you think of any funny grandma sayings that you wanted to share?
We discussed, and Rachel stole mine, so I need a moment to think about it.
I know one of Katie, when we were in that drugstore, and she said, if you'll just buy me that dog, I'll be good the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And I upheld it.
You remember that?
That's sweet.
I do remember it was a little robot dog that had like little pink ears. Yep.
And
Very
actually,
important part of my life.
Michael, do you remember any funny sayings that grandma has?
I just remember that she says, "Well, She says it a lot. I don't have any good sayings. That's all I remember.
My funny grandma saying, "Oh no, that's not right."
Like when she calls people an idiot and pitch. It's probably my favorite.
Primarily me.
Max, do you have any before I say mine?
I have.
No, you
wait.
You stole mine too.
Oh, come on.
I just remembered mine when Grandma said that she went water skiing when she was 85 years old.
That's the truth. It wasn't 85.
I can't bring this back up.
Okay, so
Or cotton. Sorry.
Cotton. My all-time favorite grandma saying that every single time she says it, I laugh out loud in my car by myself. I'll be saying something crazy, and she'll just say, "Oh, good night." Until she says it, and she says it's so funny. And then I was nervous that we weren't going to have enough sayings. So yesterday I decided to call her because every time I talk to her on the phone, she says hilarious things. So yesterday I was telling her how Brian was working all day, and she said, "Isn't that the pits?"
That was mine, Rachel. I was going to say that. Yeah. It's
Or a
the
bummer.
pits. Or
What
the-
about when she says for the dog to go wet?
Yes, the dog needs to go outside and wet. Yeah.
Well, what else do you want me to say, Poop?
Pee.
I think wet.
All right,
Guys,
so
pee.
Blair has one that I'm going to tell everyone. When you say, "I knew a man that died of that once."
I have another one when she says, "Oh, you have a cousin there."
Everywhere in the world we have.
It's always true.
Grandma knows someone.
They're everywhere.
I was also barking.
Go ahead.
I was barking spiders.
Oh.
You guys know what that is?
In the basement.
Passing gas. I know.
Yeah.
In Sunday school once at church, they said, "What would you do if your mother hit your children? If your grandmother hit your children?" And I said, "Well, I'd look at my kids and say, what did you do to make grandma have to hit you?" And they said, "Well, what would you do if they hit grandma?" I said, "I would leave. I'm not staying for that. You are on your own." But grandma used to say, "Madder than a wet hen." So then I say that, and then all my students laugh because they don't know what that means.
Oh, how about this one? I'm so mad I could just wring your neck.
How about I'm going to skin you alive?
My cousin used to say to her little brothers, she'd say, "I'm going to skin you alive."
Echo. Rachel, we don't know what the saying was that you stole from everybody. What
Oh,
was
good night.
Oh, good night. Okay.
Oh, good night. How about nicknames? Grandma had lots of nicknames for people. I used to be Runt. I was the Runt. Anyone else?
Got any name?
Babe.
I got Bean Eater and Idiot.
My boys got knotheads. They're knotheads.
Yeah. What your dad used to call you? Hutterites.
Hutterites.
Right.
And Jughead. Blair was Jughead.
Is that why you call Max Jughead?
Yeah.
Because Blair used to eat cereal out of like grandma's big mixing bowl or something crazy. He would eat the whole thing. It's like half a box of cereal.
Charles Chips.
Yeah, Charles Chips.
What is that?
Potato chips. There was a big container.
Delivered to the house.
Did he eat all the chips back then too?
We used to have chips
Oh, yeah.
delivered to our house.
I come downstairs at 7 a.m. and he's eating chips.
Yeah, they used to deliver them to our house.
Well,
in big cans.
everybody always knew Mrs. Brecky's rolls and Mrs.
Oh,
Brecky's
yeah.
cookies. And even in Florida, pizza.
Yes, even in Florida.
Even in Florida, everybody knows about her cookies at the museum when I would bring them in. for
Aaron and Garrett
lunches.
too.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Aaron and
The
Garrett.
woman who cut her hair today, styled your hair. Yeah. What's next?
By the way, Teddy sent me a message. He's been pulled over for speeding now. He was trying to get home to get on this conversation. Ted.
That is the
Teddy's
most
been pulled, and
thing
Ted
I've
drives
ever
like an
heard in
old
my
woman,
life.
so that's
He
something.
was speeding? I can't believe that.
Jake was driving with Ted once, and they went on the freeway, and I said to Jake, "Well, did he do okay?" And Jake said, "Well, he got up to 40." So we say he's like Grandpa. My mother knows everything, by the way. I still call Grandma all the time and say, "Well, what about this?" Or "How do I do that?" Or "How do I cook this?" Because I can never Google the questions. I can't find them. So I still call her all the time, asking her for advice.
You just think I know it. I can tell you anything because you don't know it.
I do it too. The pancake batter fish did not work out.
Well, there's something wrong.
Well, I was talking to her about politics last week or a couple weeks ago. Into an argument about it. What?
You have bad service.
Ah, shoot.
That's getting better.
Okay, moderator.
Oh,
Well, I looked up the facts of the situation, and Grandma was right. I've been meaning to call her and tell her that she, you were right about our political debate last week. So
About what?
she knows everything.
political.
Oh,
Max.
oh yeah.
Max, just go ahead and assume Grandma's always right. It's easier.
You be-
Grandma is always right.
Who's gonna take a victory lap?
I don't know. Do you need to open any more presents? Or does it matter? Oh, okay. Do you want to open more presents, Mom? So
Sure.
everybody can watch you open presents.
What's
It's a
next?
dumb question. But of course.
Wine?
Oh, your flowers are sitting here, Rachel.
Oh, how do you like them?
Oh.
Very nice.
They are very nice.
This is from
Oh.
Carrie.
This is a present from Joe and Aunt Carrie.
Oh, nice.
It's a gift certificate.
A third TV.
What is it for, Grandma? Tell everybody.
This is for a house cleaning by Claria.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
In
nice.
case you
And
quit.
here's another one from House Cleaning by Claria. House Cleaning by Claria.
6, sorry, 6.
House Cleaning.
Outstanding.
Boy. Another one.
There's 6 of them.
And another one.
So 6 months of house cleaning. We want you to be happy and enjoy a clean house.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
let Claria do it for you. You just
Did you
relax.
do your laundry?
Do I just give her this to pay her?
Well, Nancy's been
I got the money.
Oh,
Nancy's been paid, so that's just for you to keep track of them.
Now, if I remember to deposit the check, we'll be okay.
And if you do
Yeah.
too many house
Claria will let us
cleanings,
know.
Nancy picks up the balance.
It looks like John has a puppy.
6 house cleanings for you.
How do we see John? Let's
Who's
see.
got a puppy?
I guess, does he talk?
Does John? No, John, you have to say something so we can see you.
He's
He's muted. There we go.
I've just gotten home. I'm about to eat Panda Express with my lovely girlfriend Brittany here.
oh,
We're loving grandma stories, so please keep them coming.
Where's Hank? Show us Hank.
Let's see the dog.
Where is Hank? He's very large.
There's
Hello.
Hank.
There he is. He's a very sweet boy.
Oh, turn it on.
And this is Lola. And we're just hanging out.
There's Ted.
Hello. Sorry.
Hello.
On your head.
Say hello.
Grandma's opening another pen.
Out. Okay, fine.
There's
It's
Trixie.
my headphones.
Shower ring.
There's a Trixie.
Oh,
There we go. Can barely get her. Sorry.
Let's see.
Teddy's
Teddy.
in motion.
Oh, yeah.
Just the
Hello.
camera just a teeny bit.
Teddy, we can't see your body there.
Can't see your.
Oh yeah, the camera. Sorry, it's a little bit weird because of the monitor.
That's
Doesn't
good.
sit flat. Here. Yeah, that's about the best I can get it, I think.
It really wasn't that bad. That's fine.
Hello.
Okay. Oh, you're nice.
Yeah, it's an older camera, so it's
Look, I actually
doesn't really turn very well.
It says 90. They even had a card that said 100 on it.
Whoa.
In the store.
I hope you bought one.
Yeah, I got the 100.
We got it. We saved it.
And Ted, just a heads up, the beans have already been spilled about why you're late.
Why is that?
We're gonna bring Chase over.
90. I never saw a card like that.
No, they have 100. Yeah,
He's gonna send a copy of his traffic ticket for your birthday card.
Oh,
I didn't get a ticket. I only got pulled over.
Oh, good for you, Teddy.
Nice.
It's the only time I've ever been pulled over for speeding, so he said it's a warning.
I didn't think you ever would.
That's perfect.
Good for you.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, check it out.
Grandma, look at Chase.
Grandma got.
Grandma, look at the screen. Do you see the cats?
Yeah.
Oh,
Big boy.
Actually,
Party.
What's his
Oh.
name?
Oh, there's my
Oh, oh, Sophie.
I remember Sophie.
Okay, we're gonna say grandchildren.
Wait,
Pets
Sophie looks
play.
skinnier than Chase. What's up?
Just a little bit.
Well, Chase is an old.
Grandma can talk to everybody. She has 5 phones.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Bo!
Bo.
Oh, Bo.
One more
There's some
present.
good-looking kitty cats.
One more present.
Wait, we need to see Bo the dog. We haven't seen Bo yet.
We just seen him. Yay. There's Bo.
Oh.
Grandma, there's Bo.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Yes.
Katie's dog, though.
Bo's like, why are you waking me up?
Yes, there's more of these?
There are.
Oh my gosh.
They're from Carrie.
I know.
And Joe.
And Joe, yeah.
Massages. Those are all massages.
Yeah. Joe's gonna give her massages.
Wait, what is this?
I hope you like the house
That's
cleaning.
nice. I know.
Originally, Joe wanted to buy you a new car.
I know.
And I said, well, maybe she'd like her house cleaned instead.
Yeah.
So you get a year of house cleaning by, well, cleanings, however you want to use them.
Well, or
Yeah.
more.
Get girl to do the dusting and
When
cleaning
you're
and
90,
floors and
you don't have to
corners
clean when you're
That's
90.
right.
and do your sheets.
Did anybody have any questions for Grandma they wanted to ask about when she was growing up?
What's the recipe?
I'm not grown up yet.
How old were you when you started drinking alcohol?
Me?
Yeah.
The first time.
And how old were you?
Moonshine. She had moonshine. Remember, Mom?
Montana.
I drank
Remember
moonshine
you,
one time.
you drank some moonshine and it was burned so bad.
Yeah.
Grandma drank moonshine one time.
It was strong.
Yeah.
It was strong.
How
And
old
it
were
was
you?
strong.
But how old were you when you started drinking?
183.
Oh, I didn't start drinking.
How old
When's
were
the
you?
first time you drank moonshine?
Well, we lived in North Carolina, and it was in a boathouse, and the guy that owned the boathouse was our landlord, but he was friends with the sheriff, and this had been confiscated from bootleggers.
Oh, wow.
So you got to drink the
So
good
you got
stuff,
real bootlegger.
Real bootleg.
Wow.
but you thought it was water.
I thought it was water.
Grandma got some hooch.
Well, how old were you when you first started smoking cigarettes?
Never did.
Ever take a puff of cigarette?
I used to light one for your dad.
You told me you took a drag on the cigarette.
She didn't inhale.
She didn't inhale.
Yeah.
When did you? I have a question. When did you decide you wanted to be a Mormon?
Well, I was raised Mormon.
Oh,
My parents were.
But then you
I know that.
stopped more when you got married.
Well,
Kids.
yeah, we used to
Just
go
busy.
to church. We used to go to Mormon church, and then we go one Sunday to my church and one Sunday to his church. And there was
Oh, wow.
another couple went with us, and they said the same thing.
So when you had kids, talk to them. So when you had kids,
That's cool.
you started just going to the Protestant churches.
Because when we lived in North Carolina, there wasn't any Mormon church.
And then weren't you in Florida, Houston? Oh, was it in Houston? You went back to the Mormon church full
Yeah.
time?
Mm-hmm.
She liked their politics better.
No, it wasn't politics. They never talk politics.
That's what you liked better. There was no politics. in
No
there.
politics.
Hawaii is predominantly Mormon.
Now, there's another part of your life that's pretty huge we haven't talked about, and that is Archie Bunker. Have you seen all of the Archie Bunker episodes?
More than once.
Are you sure?
Sure, I got them all here.
How many times do you think?
Larry gave them to me.
How many times do you think
Blair hooked her up.
you've seen each episode?
You can talk to the screen.
Oh, probably, I don't know. I've seen some of them many times.
So tell the grandchildren why you like Archie Bunker so much.
Because he has a sense of humor. That's unbelievable.
Laugh at life.
Yeah.
Thought you liked Edith.
I like her too.
But Archie was outrageous.
Yeah, he was. He used to live in Chinook, Montana.
No kidding.
I didn't know him, but he worked for the newspaper.
My dad says it was Haver.
Chinook.
I thought you said shut up.
He went to college in Missoula.
It's like you said shut up.
But doesn't have a newspaper anymore.
He says
I have one more
doesn't have a
question.
newspaper.
Wait, they have another question.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You were married to Grandpa for a long time. What's the secret to being happily married for so long? For all of us newlyweds.
You'd have to ask him.
Oh my God.
No, Mom, you told me that you had a deal with Dad that whoever left would have to take the kids.
That's right.
What do you think your the best part of being married was?
Well, being married is a good thing.
Why?
I don't know if there's any best part. It's just a good part of your life.
Why is that?
Well, you have a person you love, and you have goals, and you have,
A partner?
partner.
Yeah, you had someone to stop you from strangling the kids.
Yeah.
You could take turns calming the other one down.
You had
Right.
grandchildren to look forward to?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
right. Tell us what it was like to become a grandma.
Well, I have to ask Rachel.
What?
She's my first grandchild.
Oh.
You were 56 when she was born. So.
Yep.
Wow.
Or
That's so cool.
just 56 because Rachel was born 4 days after your birthday.
Yeah.
And she has not disappointed at all.
No.
And that on all of your grandchildren.
You're gonna have to come visit Rachel when it gets cold up there.
She's coming.
Yeah.
I know.
Next week.
I know.
Well, what else, Grandma, do you want to say to everybody?
Thank you very much for all the presents.
Mine's in the mail. It should be there. So I mailed it last week.
Today.
You got it today.
Oh, you did
Yours
get it?
came
Okay.
today.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think that's it.
Grandma, my mom says that you worked at the thrift store for a long time. We haven't talked about that.
I worked there, I think, I worked at 2 different ones.
That's when thrift stores were a new idea, a new concept.
5 years at the first one. It was a coalition of 27, 29 churches or something.
Oh, wow.
That was the second one you worked.
That was the second one.
Were you
The
like-
first one was in Houston. In Cherry Hill. I worked at the Trinity Church there. We were only open, 2 days a week. The one in Houston was open 5 days a week, 6 days a week.
And it's still going strong. Still going strong.
Wow.
But we started it from the ground up.
What year did you start that?
It was right after everybody got married.
I got married in '83, so
Must have
it would've
been.
early '80s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How many years were you teaching at the 4-H?
Oh, yeah.
9 years.
Who knew?
Wow.
Carrie couldn't answer that one.
I knew that one.
She knew that question. I told her that I'm going to try and contact them and see if she and I can be judges for the food.
Yes.
So we could do that here. She can be a judge.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's a good idea.
Well, that's a win-win.
Yeah.
Trying food.
I know we get to eat the food.
I used to judge in Burlington County because they wouldn't let me judge in Blaine County or Camden County because my kids were in everything.
That's right. So Grandma is a judge.
I'm a judge.
Yeah.
Retired 4-H
Yeah.
judge.
Yeah.
Just ask her. Well, I guess that kind of wraps up the grandma birthday party. She's been getting phone calls all day, and I even had to turn one away while during this.
Who was that?
Patty Pulver.
Oh.
And thank you to Rachel for setting this up. She's
Yeah,
helped.
thank you, Rachel.
Rachel.
Very easy. It was all Nancy and Carrie.
Did you record it?
I did, yes.
Oh.
She recorded this whole thing, so
Wow.
you have a copy of Grandma talking.
There's a
Oh, I guess I should go ahead and stop recording then.
Brian, she sees the pillow behind your head that she made you.
Do you see Max's head up here?
I saw.
I saw.
That's
Rachel,
so
Rachel,
cool.
go to the other side. That's you. Go to your right. There's Rachel.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Rachel, Grandma gave me a picture today and said, "Here's a baby picture of you, Nancy." I said, "That's Rachel." She goes, "No, it's not. It's you." I said, "They didn't have color photography when I was a baby." She goes, "Oh, you're right. It's Rachel."
I have the best grandma picture in my house.
Oh my God. Is that from the boat?
I
I
thought it
know.
was.
I like that one. Yeah.
It was in the
Oh.
car in Montana.
So this, if remember.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they still got it.
Oh,
Mhm.
Teddy, you weren't here, but we were telling people to give us a grandma saying. Do you have any grandma sayings?
Off the top, there's almost too many to pick from, but I can't think of anything specific off the top of my head, but there's a lot I can think of over the years. Just general stuff, general things.
Remember going to that, what was the name of that restaurant we always went with your kids to?
Golden Corral.
Golden Corral.
We had
Yeah.
to go there because they had broccoli.
Oh yes, and it was,
Teddy loves broccoli.
goodness.
Do you
Yeah.
remember the time Teddy asked you for Christmas for a defibrillator?
Teddy.
Ask what?
Yeah, he was like 6.
Defibrillator.
Oh.
That's hysterical.
I remember when he was 5 years old and he said, "Grandma, when you die, can I have your credit cards?"
Oh.
Say I do have a quick story actually. Here's the only time Grandma ever smacked me for anything, and I still remember it. Was laying on the leather couch in the condo in Florida. I was in between passing out and not. And Grandma told me if I'm going to go to sleep, get up and go to bed. And I just was being lazy and didn't move. She said, "What are you, deaf?" And just responded, "Huh?" And just repeated herself, "What are you, deaf?" And this went on about 4 or 5 times till she got on and just smacked me.
Did it do any good?
Not really, I'll be honest.
Don't worry, Jake. I got smacked plenty in my life. Yes, I did too.
Oh,
Yes, I guess.
Oh, I hear all the child abuse stories from Nancy.
Yeah. Carrie, you didn't get hit much at all.
Oh yeah, once in a while that dad, 6'3" guy from out of nowhere.
Yeah. If you were sitting in the back seat of the car, you were a
Long
target.
swinging
Where did that
window.
come from?
He had long arms. He could reach the whole back seat. Yeah.
I don't remember Dad ever hitting us. Not really. Maybe once.
He used to,
There were a lot of swinging and misses, is what I
when
heard.
you guys used to fight in the back seat, he just reached back and hit one of you. It didn't matter which.
Don, did you want to ask Grandma any questions or give a Grandma story?
The best thing about Grandma is when I was young, I was deathly afraid of roller coasters, and she was near Disney World, so that was the inevitable vacation spot. So when all the older grandkids would go on the roller coaster, she'd be like, "It's okay, I'll sit with you. We're too brave for roller coasters, and we'll just go get food instead." So that has stuck with me my entire life. And everybody else wants to do crazy things. I just go get food.
I remember you, John,
Compromise.
when you used to come to our house in Houston and you'd come in, your other grandma would bring you over in the morning and you would come in with your bottle and go lay down by the fireplace and go to sleep. You did that a lot.
I still do
remember
that.
when he stole
I
a
don't
loaf
have
of
a
bread?
fireplace, but I sleep just about everywhere, so that hasn't changed.
You got the bottle in your hand. I see it.
It's water.
You remember, Mom? He got a loaf of your bread and ate out the inside, and then put the loaf back on the rack.
I remember that too. They drove the bread home, but before they got home, the kids had broken it open, eaten on the inside.
Ate all of it. Oh, yeah.
Didn't they know that the crust had all the vitamins? That's what used to tell us. I'd eat the crust because that's where the vitamins were. And I couldn't figure out how the vitamins would migrate to the outside of the loaf of bread.
Well, Grandma's always right, because when Ted and Jake got sick at 2 and 3, and the doctor said, "I don't know what it is," and Grandma said, "It's measles," and the doctor said, "No, it's not measles. I gave him the shot myself." A couple days go by, here come the spots. And at that point on, I realized my mother knew more than any doctor. I still call her first.
There's a similar story you told us, and I was too young to remember this, but when I was born, apparently I wouldn't eat.
Oh,
And
that's
then
right.
I wouldn't eat from a bottle for whatever reason, and then I don't know if I'm telling this right, but Grandma, what did she say?
She showed up at the hospital and she said, "Give me that bottle." And you started eating. It had been like a day and a half and you wouldn't eat. And Grandma said, "I'll make him eat."
Got the touch. Is that right, Grandma?
Grandma got that touch.
Claire, did you have anything else to add?
Where's Blair?
Blair's gone smoking.
Blair's playing.
His leg is blocking his face.
Get the cabs out of the way.
I used to love when we would take Grandma's car to an arcade or something, and Uncle Blair would drive. He would have to move the seat back before he could leave. It would take 30 seconds to a minute to get that seat all the way back finally to where he could drive. And then Grandma would get in the car the next day, and she'd have to move the seat all the way back forward before we left.
We still have that going on today at our house.
Grandma still has that car.
Yeah, we grew up with that with Mom and Dad.
What?
Moving the car seat all the time.
Oh, yeah. Well, we didn't have any kids, but
How tall was Dad?
6'3".
6'3", and how tall were you at your prime?
2.5.
At your
5
prime.
foot 2.5.
How tall are you now?
5 foot.
You
5
think?
foot. So you and Dad were 12.5 inches difference.
I had to wear high heels.
Oh, thank goodness he didn't.
Yeah.
Can't imagine that one. Where's Blair? Teddy, where's Blair? We didn't get to see her.
Oh, hold on. She's in the other room.
Oh, I've never met her before.
Yeah, come on, Blair, join the game.
And Jake, you were supposed to get Dave on here.
When was I supposed to do
I
that?
have my headphones in, so I don't know if she can hear you. Let me fix the audio.
Dave.
Because I'm in San Antonio and Dave's in Houston.
Where is he?
Yeah, that's fine.
Jake's gonna go get Dave to get on there.
Sorry if there's any feedback.
Hello.
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 Hi, Blair.
Met Blair before.
That's the other Blair.
Okay, there she is.
Hi,
Hi.
Blair.
Hi.
I'll give you my chair. We
No,
have another
it's
chair.
fine. I've been sitting most of the day anyway.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
She went to the doctor today. She has a thing.
Oh, I hate that.
She's good though.
Yes, yes.
Yep, yep.
Might have.
I'm waiting for David to come on now.
Hello.
David.
She's just tired.
Nice to meet you.
Dale's husband.
Oh, you were. I thought you were telling Jake to get like a David the dog, and he said San Antonio.
No. Jake's supposed to get Dave because I'm in San Antonio and they're in Houston.
Oh,
okay,
what are you doing in San Antonio?
I am right now in the city jail. I really am. It's a city jail and they converted it into a hotel and it's haunted. So it's the old city jail.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Goodness.
They did that in New Orleans, didn't they?
Yeah. It's a pretty, I mean, the hotel's okay. It's all right, but you can still see the writing from the prisoners on the walls and kind of things. You can still kind of tell.
How did Mom get in jail? I see her behind you. There's no
I
bars.
don't know what that is.
Wild nights, man. We just had wild nights.
For moonshine.
Yep, there you go, running that moonshine.
That's the warden back there.
That's the warden behind you, Gail.
Yeah, she's a good warden. Very, very strict.
Dropping off a brownie for you. She said she didn't want to talk to you because she knew you were on your phone.
Well, that grandma, she knew what was going on, let me tell you. Couldn't get away with much as a kid.
Grandma had the neighborhood Gestapo. If I did anything, she found out. Usually through Mrs. Durgan, I think.
Oh, I think it was all on her own. She knew everything.
I would go around the corner and get on my boyfriend's mini bike, and then I'd come home and Mom would say, "You were on that motorcycle with that boy."
Which boy was
that
that?
boy?
That was John Reardon.
Oh, okay. Didn't know him.
Probably didn't know him. I think that we could have robbed a bank and we wouldn't have gotten in as much trouble as if we were on a motorcycle. Because your dad had a cousin that died on a motorcycle, remember?
Your game, yeah.
She would say,
Yeah.
I know a man who died from that.
Oh, yeah.
I knew a man that died from that. That's right.
Yes. Well, Mom, did you want to ask anybody anything?
I want to see when David's coming on.
Oh, okay.
Jake, are you getting Dave?
All right, I'm back. Dave is currently giving dogs dinner, and he will be on his way over. I'm going to see if I can get my webcam working.
Okay. You know, you could just, well, I don't know if Dave has Zoom on his phone. You could do that.
That might work as well. I don't know if you got emailed the link or not.
He doesn't have Zoom on his phone. You'd have to download it. Whose butt am I seeing walking around? Is that Rhea or Blair? What is that? That's Rhea.
my mom, because my dad threw like 4 pillows on, so she just put them all up. And
Can
now-
anyone else put their foot behind their head in this family? Am I the only one? Okay.
No, you know this.
Oh, Jake can do it. That's right.
There might be a bunch of used tos.
Used tos.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Jerry, about
Auntie's pretty limber.
Now, why would you put your foot behind your head?
Oh, I can still do that. I
Katie
do that
might be able
class.
to do it.
Why would you do it?
Why not?
Sick stuff.
Well, Mom, what did you? So your kids, you got a teacher and a nurse and a businessman and a computer person, right? It's a pretty good haul there.
I got a wallpaper.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm mixed race.
Yes.
And
So
so,
am I.
and now Carrie is too, Gail. We had our DNA, and I'm 2.5% Asian. So now on the census, I put myself as mixed race.
I didn't get anything
Hold on,
on
hold on.
mine.
This might be
Which one
working.
did you use?
And she knows how to do plastic.
Hey,
She knows plastic.
got it.
Hello.
Hey, Jake.
Oh, look at Jake.
Finally got it
Jakey.
fixed.
You look like Max.
That looks like a
Yeah,
recording.
desperate need of a shave. I'll tell you that. Just been
No,
crazy with
yeah.
work.
That's
Jake.
like a complete
That's
recording
Jake.
studio.
That's
pretty
Jake.
cool.
Oh, okay.
Hey, do you live in a recording studio?
No, it's just when I use the actual headset, it doesn't give feedback from the speakers going off, so it's not looping the audio back through the microphone. So it just works a lot better.
So Jake, what do you want to say to Grandma on her 90th birthday?
Woo!
I want to say that I absolutely love you, and I've cherished every single bit of time we spent together, and I desperately need to make sure that I'm calling you more often. We talked about that pretty recently, and I promise I will start doing that more often.
She doesn't
Yeah, you
have
got-
that many years left.
Come on.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if she outlives all of us.
I'd be very surprised.
This is just her first 90 years.
What, of like the 7 different loops, or I mean,
Yeah.
One time I told Grandma, "You're easily going to make it to 150." She said, "Oh, I hope not."
Oh, my bones will be all moldering by then.
Concrete.
We're going to have to change the wallpaper again before
Oh,
that.
no more changing. No. It's too much work.
I
Yeah,
was
you remember-
thinking about painting the ceilings.
Oh.
I painted the bathroom ceiling 3 coats.
And glamour life.
I know.
Feeling by Nancy here.
No, I did that.
Ceiling, I did. How many coats did I do on your ceiling?
I did that. Ceiling.
Corey, we all
This
did.
is She's a wallpaper and a painter.
Yes.
Grandma's a painter too. Grandma painted a stool. I came home from work and she had painted one of my stools.
Yeah. I'm better
I thought you
than
were gonna,
She's better at sanding, Katie. So we'll
Oh yeah, she also sanded a door, I think. I
we're
don't
gonna
even
carpet
know.
the bathroom.
No, we're
He's going to carpet the bathroom.
Oh,
She already had a bathroom like that where the walls were carpeted.
Teddy's showing you his turtle.
Aw.
where is it?
That's a pretty big turtle.
Say something, Teddy, so we can see it.
You're muted.
Oh, he's muted.
All right, I just figured since we were showing animals,
This is Nick. She's
Yeah,
a red-eared slider.
look at my hand on the back of the turtle. Look at the size.
What kind
Yep.
of turtle?
Oh, she's upset. All right, back in the tank.
Claire, what kind of turtle is she?
She's a red-eared slider.
She's
She's got
laying
red
eggs.
streaks on the side of her face.
I don't know if Grandma's ever seen them though, so I figured I would show real fast
Yes.
because
Let me go get some.
very big.
Minnows and shrimp and stuff like that.
Sorry.
Teddy, what do you feed the turtle?
Oh, just pellets, just food, standard stuff. You can do like fish, but you just seem happy with pet food. But Grandma, just never seen them, so they get big. If anyone's ever thinking you're getting a turtle, be aware. They start out like this, and then you saw how big they get.
Yeah.
How big are the poops?
That's something that depends. It's in water, so.
Oh.
Water soluble.
She's staring at us angrily.
Now she's upset with us.
She's fussy.
You go fix her lunch. Thank you.
All right, Grandma, I gotta run to the grocery store, but happy birthday.
Katie, what does your shirt say?
So sorry.
Wyoming.
Naked River.
Big River Brewing. Sorry, Grandma.
Okay.
Oh, that's very
And by
cool.
the way, this is our chance for everybody to give Brian the big send-off.
Yeah, Brian.
Oh, good luck. Stay
Stay
safe.
safe.
Good luck. Thinking about you.
Yeah. Have fun with that.
You won't have to wear any sunscreen out there. No sunscreen in Kosovo.
Come back safe.
Back in sunscreen.
Yeah, come back safe.
Yeah, why aren't you tan, Corey?
Click the thing and then turn.
It was in a very
Or
dark
it's in the
place.
desert. I don't know.
Yeah, where's your man?
Where's my what?
You worked the night shift.
Yeah, I worked.
Oh, you work the night shift.
Yeah, he's on midnight.
I didn't see the sun. I was a vampire.
You're a vampire.
Brian, stay safe. We're thinking about you.
Hey, Colette, how's your job going?
Oh, it's a real blast. Things are pretty good here. It's really my Corona job is over. I'm back to just doing my regular job.
Oh.
I just have to get my temperature taken every day, and I can't leave the tri-state area.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you for your work.
Yeah, you gotta wait 2 weeks to come back if you leave, right?
Yeah.
So, Corey, I heard that.
Hey, sounds like Dave's over.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if I can get this set up where you can get it on a microphone and speaker.
No, he doesn't. There's Dave.
Dave, the man.
Where's Dave? Oh, there he is. He's going to have to get closer. And it was Ted's first day of school today, too.
Well, first day of classes.
Did anybody show up?
It is. Oh, yeah. It was. It's Zoom, so it's funny. They just kind of sit there and do nothing the whole time. They don't even turn on the video. So I'm pretty sure they heard everything because my microphone is off. I wouldn't be able to tell. I just say, "Can you guys hear me?" And they say, "Maybe."
So kind of the same as when they're in class, right?
Pretty much. But it is fun, though. The students are very good. It's just Zoom is weird whenever it's like a whole class of kids, 25 people, 26.
Yeah.
It's good, though. They're good kids.
Want to say hi to Dave?
Here are my eyes overdue for.
Oh, can y'all hear us over there?
Wait, Teddy, is that your coronavirus haircut?
Oh, yeah. I've avoided getting a haircut for far too long. And now watch this. If I actually make it, comb it, it goes down completely over the eyes. So unfortunately it curls, so it just kind of, if you shake it out, it does that. It's overdue, though.
Where's Dave?
Hello.
He's right there.
Dave's not here.
We're trying to fix the mic. If y'all can't hear us.
What did you say?
That's from a movie. Dave's not here.
Oh. Well, we can't see you.
Where's David?
Oh, he's.
I don't know.
Where's Dave then?
Dave, you have to get closer so they can see you.
You hear me?
Ah!
The hand.
There
You
you
hear
go.
me?
We got to
Are you guys on?
Can you hear me?
No, they can't.
There's that
Can
beautiful
hear you.
mustache shaped man that I know and love.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, I see him.
Okay, he's not picking up.
I was going to say, is it.
Put those
So you guys
on.
have to
They'll be able to
talk.
hear you.
Pretend you're a radio DJ like that Robin Williams movie.
There he is. Hey.
Yeah, now it's going.
Good.
Hey!
Yeah.
Give me a second. Give me a second. I can't hear you. Give me a second.
Oh, man.
Should be going.
Lost you again.
Yeah, I can hear him barely. Check, 1, 2, check 1, check 1, check 2, check 2.
Pretend you're on old time radio.
Yeah, that's better. Here we are on WNBC. Hey, Ruth, can you hear me?
I can hear you, David.
All right.
Good.
How are you doing?
I'm 90 years old.
I haven't talked to you in a while.
I'll let
I
you sit down.
know.
I'll let you sit down.
Okay.
Watch the cord. It's right there. There you go. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well, tell me what's new these days.
Well, not much.
Not much. Huh?
Everything's old.
Everything is old.
Yeah.
You still getting around okay?
Still getting around okay.
Still driving.
Well, that is something, I'll tell you.
I don't know how I got this old.
It happens.
Well, 90 years old is pretty old.
Yeah, you're telling me.
But you know what? That's actually an accomplishment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, better than the alternative.
I probably won't make it that far, because
I didn't think I would either.
yeah.
I
Well,
better care of myself.
you might have a few more years left in you.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Just a few.
You know what? Now that you've made 90, I'm kind of looking forward to you making 100, so you can be a whole century old.
Take that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in a nursing home and have food.
Well, no, we don't want you in a nursing home. Well, maybe if she makes to 100, we can have her 100th birthday party on the moon.
That's-
Yeah.
Michael's the host.
Well, why stop at the moon
Right.
for Mars?
Might as well.
Michael, you're gonna have to plan that Zoom meeting, the one on the moon.
That's beyond. Hey, David,
Well-
we're glad you made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's on the agenda for tonight? Y'all gonna go out and party or what?
Oh, it's already over. This is the end.
We're just gonna turn on the convention and get our pajamas on.
I know what y'all were gonna do. Y'all were gonna take her out to Chippendales, is what y'all were gonna do, huh?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
We're coming here.
Went out for dinner,
Jerry has them coming here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, I figured that.
but it's Carrie's bedtime, so we can't stay up too late.
Okay. You wait for them to go to bed for the. That's what you're waiting on.
I see Brittany over there. Say hi, Brittany. Or you didn't say hi?
Hi to Brittany.
Oh, there she is.
Claire and what's the matter?
Claire's
Say something, Ben.
Hey.
You gotta speak louder than that. Speak up.
Good to see you again. What have you been doing lately? Anything?
Well, I've been watching Carrie and Nancy wallpaper.
Wallpaper? Oh no, man. Oh, man.
That's what Carrie said.
Yeah, yeah.
She did a good job.
Yes,
Yeah.
we learned how to take out a toilet and reinstall it.
Oh, that sounds like a whole lot of fun.
Yes, there's
Yeah.
a learning curve involved, but the toilet is working fine now.
Yeah, I've got one over here I think I'm gonna have to do, yeah.
Well, don't underestimate women 50, 60 years old. We can take apart a toilet and put
That's
it
right. That's right.
They're going to install the vanity.
They did drywall too.
Yes, I
Drywall.
did drywall repair and spackling.
Nice job.
Man,
Jake's
you're,
well,
where the hell
not
was
Jake.
he?
Yeah, Jake.
I might have to invite y'all out here to help me out with my projects, you know.
Yeah.
You can trade car repair.
Yeah, I could do that. I could barter with you.
Well, David, how many dogs do you have now?
We're down to 7.
Oh.
Nice.
We're down to 7. We used to have about 12. We're down to 7. So,
Not getting any more.
well, no.
No more
we're not-
dogs.
we're- no more dogs. No, we're about all dogged out. Yeah. We don't want any more dogs. In fact, John's got one of them over there with him. He took with him.
Ted has one.
Ted's got one. Yeah. And Ted's got one. John's got one. Well, Jake had one, but he passed away.
Got one.
I think Grandma might need one.
There, Grandma needs a dog.
You need one?
We can send her Val. She'll whip him into shape.
Oh, you don't want Val, man. He's high maintenance. You don't want him.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. I think he's half border collie. Looks like he's half pit bull, but I think he's got a lot of border collie in him because he's just he's full of energy all the time. I got to go out before I go to work. I got to play fetch with him every morning before I go to work.
Oh, yeah?
Try to use up some of his energy. Yeah.
Grandma got a birthday gift here. Someone just dropped it at the door.
Yeah. What have you gotten for your birthday?
Look at this.
There's Trixie.
One brownie. That's Grandma's present. Some
One
neighbor-
brownie.
A
I
friend.
get you on a diet or what?
Oh, she got a
Yeah,
brownie.
she doesn't know it's from Colorado.
It's a what kind?
Two.
Did y'all lace out with?
Brownie.
Oh no, man. She's gonna be feeling good later for sure. Yeah.
That's good.
I heard you do that.
Happy 90th.
That was sweet of her to come over here.
I got
Hey, what's
yes.
Okay, that's nice.
It's nice. I like this.
Are they making y'all wear masks out there when you go out in public?
Well, Nancy does. She makes it.
Depends.
Yeah.
It depends. County to county is different. Orange County's not forced.
Or if you go into businesses, the businesses are making you wear 'em?
Private property can, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that Kroger's mandatory right now. They
Yeah.
won't even let you in the door if you don't have one. So
Yeah.
We wear them in the restaurant to walk to the table. This is the first time Grandma'd been to a restaurant since the beginning of March.
Really?
Took her to dinner at Fishbone,
Wow.
and she had scallops and shrimp.
Oh, today?
Yeah. That was
Oh, okay. That sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. Yeah. Did you have a glass of wine to go with it?
No, but we did.
No wine? Oh, I thought maybe she would celebrate her birthday with a glass of wine.
No, I don't think so.
No drinking.
No drinking, yeah.
You put a little hand gel, but that's it.
What did they tell you? One glass of wine a day makes you live longer or something like that?
Well,
2 glasses. 2.
now you're telling me.
Oh, Michael, I like your dress.
Yeah, now I tell you, right?
Nice, Michael.
Oh, love it.
Oh.
Colette
pretty
looks so
funny.
much different now.
A new partner in crime.
Yeah, that's right, man.
I
Well,
like
That's awesome.
yeah, that's good to see you.
No, they put it on their screen.
Oh.
Blue lives matter.
I think I see Jake doing something back there, trying to figure out what he's doing.
What is he doing?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'd be getting on a computer game. Back there.
Where are you, Teddy? Are you at home?
I am at home. This is in my office. We actually there's 2 bedrooms, so one is my office, the other is a bedroom. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Blair calls it the Hempstead Homestead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Because that's the name of the city is Hempstead. So, oh.
good homestead.
It's a nice little property. It's good. Although the flowers are dying. I think it's a summer thing. There haven't been any rain.
Probably need
I
to
do water them, but there just haven't been any rain. But it is a nice little bit of property though.
How far is it from school?
How far is it from the school? It's about 15 minutes from Prairie View.
About 5 miles, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ted and I started our PhDs this week too. So
Yeah, that was. It's all online too, which is a first. So that's a bit of a adaptation thing, I think, is they're trying to figure out how to do that. But yeah.
Well, does anyone else have anything to say to Grandma on her 90th birthday? Grandma,
Thank you.
Woo!
big deal. Very big deal.
I got a question.
Yes.
Grandma, what's the smelliest thing you've ever smelled?
You really want me to tell you?
Yeah.
It's the pig manure they put on the fields in Germany.
All right. Now I know to avoid that.
Thing I've ever smelled.
I forgot one of Grandma's famous sayings. I think I smell gas. Does anybody else smell gas?
And those tire pressures look low.
Yeah.
And the oil.
It's leaking.
I think that's oil on the ground.
10 years from now, the technology will be much more improved. So for Grandma's 100th birthday, let's all get together with new technology and make it even better and greater. Happy birthday, Grandma.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Have some great grandchildren by then.
No pressure.
Rachel, get moving.
No pressure. Good night, everybody. Thanks.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Love you, Grandma. Happy birthday.
Love you, Grandma.
Good
Thank
night.
you very much.
Yeah.